Today, it's really nice to see how machines do the hard work instead of people. Just imagine what you'll save, but most of all, time. All that time can be spent on other useful things, such as family, friends, trips, walking, and so on. You choose. Well, all that's possible now, and it's also really fun. People replace their effort with fun with the help of these mechanical friends of ours who've been doing nothing but good for us since they appeared. You shouldn't be afraid of change. You should accept it, because in this case, it can only do you good. Don't believe us? Doesn't matter. We'll show you the world's most satisfying video of agricultural machines to convince you. But before we get there, I've got a question for you. When is a tractor no longer a tractor? Answer: when it turns into a barn. Our first machine is the Argyle FHT4. Melons and watermelons are often picked and loaded by hand, but there is a more efficient way to harvest these hefty fruits. This is the FHT4 developed by Archives. It's a towed machine dragged behind a tractor to assist melon pickers and pick up the huge fruit. The arm reaches an average length of 57 feet and has a succession of rubberized bowls that rotate around an inclined conveyor belt. When the filled bowls reach their predetermined driving point, the handle that holds the bowl off right beneath the ballast router is released, allowing the fruit to effortlessly fall out at a specified slope. The bowls can be seen bending as they delicately drop each melon to minimize damage and preserve a high fruit quality. Melons may be then properly piled and ready for delivery without pickers having to manually carry each melon to the truck, and it can deliver 90 melons per minute and maximum capacity. The Oxbow 6220 Grape Harvester. You can't alter the game until you shake things up, and the Oxbow 6220 Wine Grape Harvester accomplishes exactly that. This remarkable arcing machine removes grapes from vines without using a single blade. How is this even possible? Just take a peek at the chassis bottom. Rubberized mats gently shake the vine's trunk, while bow rod heads on the inside form the canopy. Grapes are shaking loose on the vines, and the slant of the matting directs the grapes down into a bucket conveyor. Once inside the machine, grapes are cleaned by having leaves removed using the exposed fan system. Grape clusters are then fed through a destemmer, where connecting branches are removed before passing through modular belting, which separates any leftover waste from the grapes. These are then subsequently transferred to an over-the-road conveyor and placed in a hopper. Despite the availability of fantastic equipment across the world, traditional methods of wine grape picking by hand are still utilized today. In certain circumstances, aged vines are too close together for tractors to reach, while in locations like Champagne, France, using machinery for grape picking is actually illegal. The Ortomec Series 9000. Ortomec, an Italian inventor, has definitely upped the green vegetable harvesting game. Their self-propelled harvester, the 9000 Fogalia, is a clever yet simple design. Whereas manual work would require workers to crouch and collect bushels of leaves by hand, this motorized conveyor uses a small saw at the base of its belt to separate the leaf from its stem as the entire machine is propelled forward, pushing the previously separated leaves onto the conveyor belt's incline. The belt then transports the leaves to the packers on top, who slip boxes underneath the belt's tail and effortlessly load their boxes with fresh produce in half the time it would typically take. The Boss-led Corn Picker. This is an ideal farming machine for little farmers and businesses. Because smaller machines lack the capacity and power to take an unloader, This innovative design replaces the unloader chute with a compact conveyor belt. This allows for the harvesting and plucking of corn and maize at up to 1.5 acres per hour while maintaining a product loss rate of less than 2%. The pickers separate the corn or maize ears from the stalks, leaving just grain and cobs. The four snouts direct the stalks into a set of counter-rotating rollers that pull the husk away. The husk is then transferred to a conveyor belt which transports them to a storage hopper. When the hydraulic mounted bucket is full, it may be poured onto a waiting truck and the procedure can begin. Maudie pumpkin seed harvesting. It's never too early to catch a glimpse of the pumpkin seed hunter swing into action. Maudie machines are specialized in gathering pumpkin seeds. The only crops planted in these fields are seed pumpkins. Pumpkins are seen more for the weight and quality of their seeds than for their meat. As you can see, a professional Rollmax pumpkin plow has lined up pumpkins in 2 rows. There are 2 rollers on the machine. One presses the pumpkin weed to the ground to separate the fruit, while the other carefully rolls the pumpkin into place. Then it's time for the appropriately termed pumpkin pickup. In this process, a hydraulically powered wheel with specifically designed spikes will penetrate and pick up every pumpkin without compromising the fruit's integrity. The pumpkins are then rolled into the crushing ledges at the top of the wheel to shatter the flesh without hurting the seeds. The seeds are then separated using a screening drum, and the meat is fired back into the field using an equal distribution plate, ensuring an even spread of the flesh so that it rots properly and generates better compost for the vegetables that will be produced in the field next. So far, we've had the opportunity to show you a handful of agricultural machines that greatly help people. In case you missed something, go back to the previous videos so that you can catch up on everything. What are you impressed by the most? What would you like to see in the channel going forward? Please, let us know in the comments below. Don't be shy. We're somewhat like goldfish, but the wishes we fulfill are only what you want to see from these huge machines. If you like this video and want more content like this, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with us. We'll see you in the next video.